This one was regrettable enough it got taken down, and it was from our man, Lane Kiffin. It was also on Saturday. And Lane once again got busy on Twitter to kind of set the backdrop here. LSU was playing a baseball series at Mississippi. The series was not going well for LSU. This particular game certainly was not going well for LSU. And there was a post from a guy who's a friend of Kiffin's and a Mississippi booster guy named Matt Bowers. And he posted a video that showed the fan being apparently escorted out of the stands by security during the game. This guy was getting showered first with booze, but then with a drink. Somebody threw a drink on the guy or sprayed one or something. And let's just say security didn't exactly nail down the situation. The guy just went around security, went over and blasted an Ole Miss fan in the face with a left hook, put him on the ground. Not even sure it was the guy that sprayed him, but he was the one that caught the fist. And that led to criminal charges, according to the Jackson Clarion Ledger. And as I said, the video of the confrontation was posted by Matt Bowers, and Kiffin responded because Kiffin can't help himself. And he said that basically said LSU fans can and presumably will beat up Ole Miss fans. The quote, he said, "One thing you all people know, Matt, is LSU fans aren't going to ever lose a fight to Ole Miss fans ever. Hashtag FAFO." Speaking of FAFO, September 19th will be here probably before we know it. But Kiffin later deleted the post. Then by Monday, he was back to his precious, life wisdom stuff on Twitter. Posted a series of like things to do in April to make your life good, including stay humble, avoid drama. Kent, do we have these pearls of wisdom we can put up there? There we go. Lane Kiffin's plan for April, which he deviated from, I would say here. Ended up obviously deleted the post of the FAFO post. Brian, if they're fighting in the stands at an LSU Ole Miss baseball game, how toxic is it going to be when the football team's playing Oxford September 19th? And why is Lane Kiffin not avoiding drama and egging it on?
Well, number one, Lane, it is far too early in the depths of the offseason to be doing SEC Fight Club rankings, all right? Like, we need to push that. That's more of a June topic that I'm sure we'll get to on the pod in terms of where these SEC fan bases stack up and in terms of their productivity in the ring. But it's going to be toxic. And the thing about this is both sides have some experience in this. Obviously, a couple of years ago when Lane Kiffin went back to Tennessee, there was the golf ball, the mustard, all the stuff being thrown at him. Like, that was a scene there in Neyland when he went back there for the first time when he was there at Ole Miss. One of the more crazy environments. It's going to be like that times 10. I think they're in Oxford. And look, Ole Miss fans are used to this. Those that are old enough remember a certain senator from the state of Alabama now, when he was said he was going to get carried out in Pine Box. It was not the immediate season right after, but 2 years later, he went back to Oxford, Tommy Tuberville. He was loudly booed. They were showering insults on him. I think it was a record crowd there at Vaught Hemingway. So, like, this is going to be quite the experience there in September. I think maybe the game that everybody is looking forward to. I'm sure Game Day has already reserved their hotel rooms there. I'm sure like every media member in the National Media Corps is going to be there. It is going to be an event. And I'm going to be very curious how much restraint will those Rebels fans show? I'm not going to they will show any of it at this point. Like, from the moment that he arrives, like I can imagine the wake up calls to his team, to his room at the hotels. Like, I don't know if they're going to be staying in Memphis or staying across state lines at this point. It is going to be one of the wildest scenes I think college football has seen probably since Lane Kiffin went back to Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, I can't decide who needs to win the game more, because, like, I mean, if Lane gets punked a little bit, in that building, it's going to get scary for him. But if he's winning that game, I mean, it might get scarier for him because like he is going to egg it on and he is going to make sure everybody knows how he feels. And I mean, it's going to be, as you said, a scene and a half, really. And I mean, I can't wait for it. But yeah, look, I think the challenge is you can't trust Lane not to drive it. Like, I don't feel like, and I think about like some of the basketball reunions, like, I don't know, when Ed Cooley went back to Providence, like Ed Cooley wasn't like playing to the crowd. Like Lane's going to play to the crowd. And that's what I worry about. It's like, what happens if things start going well for Lane in that building and he can start to really lay it on him? How messy does it get?
The governor's going to have to take away his phone that week. Like it's going to have to be the governor, like Lane, hand over your phone. Like that's it's not going to be Virg Osbury, the AD. It's going to be the governor himself. Give me your phone, Lane.
Yeah. I'm not sure the governor is of that mindset. I think the governor would actually give him 2 phones and say, go double time. I am legitimately concerned. I really am. Like, if I were an LSU fan, I don't care if you're rich enough to afford the ticket. I don't care how zealous you are to want to see your team play. I would not go. I would not go to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. It is going to be the most toxic atmosphere of the year and of many years, I think. And there is going to be violence, hopefully not super scary violence, but still, it's the chances of there not being fist fights at that game are 0.0. I mean,
question for you, Pat. If you're the SEC office, do you put this game at 11 a.m. Central Time, or do you put this game in prime time? Because that prime time, ESPN will be pushing to have this game in prime time from a viewership standpoint. But if you're the SEC office, knowing all of that, knowing how the Grove gets after a full day of tailgating, are you pushing this back or pushing it up?
It's a good question. I don't think the SEC office has much say in it. I think ESPN's going to put it where they put it, and it's probably going prime time. If not, then it's going 3:30. But I think it's going to be. I mean, seriously, if I were an LSU fan, no way I'm going. And then if I'm an Ole Miss fan, heaven help me, I better find some restraint somewhere. Especially because Lane is doing this stuff now. And here's what's going to happen when they play that week. Lane's going to start his press conference and say, look, I have nothing but respect for Ole Miss, and I just want this to be a good game. And let's put the focus on the players and, let's have a good atmosphere, but nothing, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, bullshit, man. You've already started this back in April. All right? You started it back when you left. So he's going to try to play that card then, and it's going to be a very, very difficult card to play. I think that it's going to be tough to walk back everything that's happened and say, let's just have good sportsmanship between the lines. So can't wait to see it. Again, hope it's not actual violence, but be ready, beware. We'll be talking about this for, the next, 5 months or so.